Back on the local, having a bit of a reset after a mad couple of days. We got blitzed by a really powerful storm cell that came through and blasted the town of Bury, where I live, like crazy blasted. Apparently 134 km/h winds were recorded in that storm cell, and created a bit of havoc in the old Hutchinson household, let me tell you. Anyway, it's a quiet Monday evening down here on 7 Mile Beach. There's a little bit of high level cloud kicking about, as you can see over my shoulder here, so we may get a bit of colour, but I don't really mind. I'm just down here enjoying being on the beach, out in the fresh air. And I've decided to come down to, they call this Kiddies Corner down here, because the surf here is protected by the headland and the waves are a lot gentler, so it's where all the kids come down to learn to surf, and it's a safer swimming location when there's a swell, which there isn't tonight. Very little in the way of wave action going on over my shoulder. I saw a few photo opportunities on my way in, and I'll probably work my way back towards them from this corner. Down at the far end near the boat ramp where you come in just here, there's a nice little creek with some beautifully sculpted sand ripples, so I've got that in the back of the mind for going over. And I'm not sure how deep the creek is today, whether I'm going to be able to wade safely across. Might have a squiz at that, but that's a possibility. I don't think it's very deep today. And I can go over here onto the tidal sands here on the edge of Crooked River. All right, how deep is it? Let's find out. Easy go. It'll disappear up to my hips. Oh dear. Quite a bit of flow on this little creek when the tide's changing, that's for sure. Oh, I think we're safe. Always a good idea to take it easy though when you're walking through a tidal river. I don't mind myself getting wet, of course. I'm just worried about all the bloody expensive camera equipment in the old bag. How lovely is this? Fairly typical weekday evening here on 7 Mile Beach. Before the big summer break. Kids have got another couple of weeks in school, I think. And then this place will be very different. Now, I think I'm going to keep the zoom lens on for the time being and shoot a few of these little white caps, because the sun, as it's going down and getting golden, picking them out, and they look very lovely indeed. So yeah, the advantage of this location is I can shoot basically across the wave as if I was in the water, because the beach is curving round. So it's a sneaky way of getting a kind of a surfer's in the water shot. F5.6 to keep the exposure time quick, because we want to freeze the waves. Don't think any of these are going to be good enough actually. There's just not enough of a swirl. Oh wait, there's one out the back there. I think I caught that. I just had to refocus very quickly with the back button focus. Let's have a chimp. Check what it's at. Oh, it's okay. Nothing special. My white balance is up the shit creek though. What's going on with that? And this focal length's ideal for this, compressing it. So I'm at 100mm. Just compressing the shot down nicely. I've got the line of golden sunlight on the sands here that you guys can probably see. And the midground is the waves. So it's gold top and bottom. It's like a gold sandwich, and there was a wave just breaking there. So that might have been the keeper out of that sequence. Large group of people down the beach. Not entirely sure there's going to be any 5-star photos tonight. How do you rate your photos? I've got the weirdest starring solution in Lightroom for my photos, because you can go 1 through 5, obviously. But when I first started giving them stars, I thought, well, what's the point of having a 1-star photo? Wouldn't you just delete that? So there's no 1-star photos in my catalogue at all. And there's no 2-star photos either. There are some 3-star photos, and they're photos that I feel might be useful in certain circumstances. Like I think the council might like to buy them for tourism, or a real estate agent might like them. But they're not very artistic. They're not landscapey shots. So they're my 3 stars. 4-star shots are like my meat and potato, you know. They're the ones that I think are usable. They're ones I'm happy to share on social media. They're the shots I'm happy with, my working shots. And I've got about, I think it's about 8,000 4-star shots that I'm happy with. And then of course you've got the top of the hill, the old 5-star photos. And I've got about 350 of those, which I think are my absolute best ones. And of course it's a personal system. They're not necessarily the photos that did best on social media or anything like that. They're just the ones I like the best. Like that lightning shot I took on this beach. Well, it is actually a super low tide today. These whole sandbars here not normally exposed, even when the tide's out. It normally only comes out to about here. But when it is out, you've got this fabulous opportunity here, because the water pools on the sand and you get the reflections. You can see them quite clearly. You can see the cloud reflected here, and you can do really nice sort of symmetrical shots. I may bust out the old wide angle lens and shoot a few symmetrical shots here. As I suspected, we're not going to get much in the way of colour at all. There are some nice high clouds up here and up here, but none in the kind of the bulk over here. So it'll be nice, just not brilliant. 48 seconds until sunset, and we have a little bit of pink colour in the clouds on the reverse, which suggests that we're going to get some nice pinks in these clouds too. So well worth sticking around for, but it isn't gonna be a late one. The feet up in front of the TV within the next hour or so. People get a super wide angle lens and they think that they kind of use it to shoot these kind of very wide scenes, but the way these lenses work, you need something in the foreground. If you look at all the good kind of landscape photographs shot with a super wide, there's always something very nice up close to the lens, like some spring flowers or something in the Alps, you know. And what I can use here is these little sand ripples. Dialing in the old circular polarizer just to make everything pop. Oh, where's my focus gone? Oh, it's all gone to shit. There we go. Not much colour now at all. The high cloud that I was gonna photograph has pissed off. So the cloud that was above my head is gone. Okay, I'm gonna walk back across the little creek and see if there's still a shot to be had down near the boat ramp or not. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I think it might be early doors tonight because the colour has fizzed chronically. Well, that was nearly bloody disastrous. Just about to wade in where I thought I crossed over. Bloody great hole in the sand. I've disappeared up to my neck. All right, back round the corner we go. Have a look at this little spot near the boat ramp. This is the one I picked out. This rock's covered in kind of lichen, and you've got the little water trail here leading off into Crooked River, and some nice orangey skies appearing on the horizon. I reckon this is probably a shot. So we've got the island of a rock kind of isolated inside the water here, the river beyond, the mountain and the skies beyond. I'm shooting bracketed as always. It's starting to get nice and gold now, isn't it?